Hello guys, it is iFreeze700. We are back with some Warhammer Fantasy lore. This time, what the fuck is Hashut? Now, Hashut is a very interesting god because he is aligned with Chaos, but the only people who worship him are the Dwarfs, the Chaos Dwarfs. Now, right off the bat, what does Hashut stand for? So Hashut stands for a few things. He stands for industry, and he stands for dominance and slavery. Now, something that's very interesting about Hashut is that a lot of people draw a lot of similarities to him to Khorne, but there's one big thing I want to talk about first before we even dive into that. So first, Hashut is the first Chaos God that I would say is actually evil, malicious. He's not just this embodiment of emotion. No, he is actually evil. He is out with evil plans to fuck people over. Whereas Khorne, as I said, he doesn't care whether or not you're murdering people out of some evil deed to genocide. No, as long as you keep the blood flowing, as long as you're pissed off about it, he's fine. He doesn't care. You could just be some guy who's really pissed that this dude raped your daughter and you just killed him in cold blood. Yeah, Khorne's alright with that. So Khorne's not necessarily evil. Whereas Hashut, he doesn't care who the fuck you kill, as long as you do it maliciously, as long as you dominate them, as long as you beat them to submission, and even then when they're crying for you to stop, you still whip them till they die. That is Hashut. Essentially, Khorne doesn't care how you do it as long as you get the job done. But Hashut, he wants you to pull a dirty Chewbacca. Essentially what he wants you to do is, when a girl is giving you a blowjob, right when you're about to go inside her mouth and just come all over the place, instead you just pinch her nipple really hard, and right when she's about to scream, you just blow your load. That way you get the resorting sound of a... That's essentially Hashut. He wants you to dominate this person. As far as Hashut's creation, this is something I think is very interesting, is that the Chaos Dwarves way back when they were stranded in the middle of the Chaos Wastes and they were just hoping that their ancestor gods would save them, eventually they abandoned the ancestor gods because they realized they weren't going to get help from them. But Hashut just kind of appeared out of nowhere and guaranteed them safety from mutations. But in return they have to subjugate everybody and they have to really build towards dominating the land and, you know, just keep building up their industry. Which was a little weird. Because, mind you, every god we've ever seen in all of Warhammer, they were always created due to people's actions or due to people's beliefs and thoughts. Like if 1,000 of us all got together and we believed that there was a flying fish in the sky, lo and behold, there would be a flying fish in the sky. But when it came to Hashut, he just literally appeared out of nowhere. Same with the Lady of the Lake. These are two gods who just appeared out of nowhere. They just happen to exist. So when it comes to Hashut's creation, we're not too sure. Now, due to the fact that Hashut just kind of came out of nowhere, there has been speculation that this is actually Khorne. I'm going to tell you now, the theory that Hashut was Khorne was at first said, yeah, that was the case. But now they're saying, no, Hashut's his own thing. But there's still not really a solid answer yet as to whether or not they're two separate beings. Now, the main reason why it is more lended to the credence that Hashut actually is Khorne is that Hashut is a bull. He likes to be like a centaur type appearance. Well, there's a lot of bull type demons that serve Khorne. So with that being said, it would be easy to say, oh, you know, one of these demon bulls probably was a demon that could speak and had intellect and corrupted the Chaos Dwarves. That sounds feasible. That sounds feasible. But here's the problem. This demon wouldn't have the powers that it has, where it's able to stop mutations and where it's able to actually influence them to look like bulls themselves. It shouldn't have that power. Even if they believe in it, he's still a demon to Khorne. So now it comes into the other thing. Maybe, because Norska is a good example of this. Norskins, even though they worship Chaos Gods openly, they don't understand that the Hound is Khorne. All he knows is that the Hound is a hound. He snarls, he bites, that's Khorne. That's all they know. They don't understand that Khorne and the Hound are the same. That's only if they achieve their god's favor do they realize, oh, these are the same. So it could be totally possible that the Chaos Dwarves just didn't know that the bull figure, Hashut, was Khorne. Now, let's get this out of the way, too. What Hashut is not like the other Chaos Gods either. Because, see, he's not like Nurgle, because he doesn't give a fuck about the living. He doesn't care about decaying anything. No, he cares about building stuff. He cares about actually prospering. Then there goes Tzeentch. Tzeentch cares about, progress, technology, and planning. Now, Hashut plans, but he doesn't scheme. He doesn't plan just to plan. He plans to win. He does a lot of progress in his society, but it's one direction, which is industry and magic. Tzeentch, he just doesn't give a fuck what progress you're making. You could go, hey, look, I discovered a vaccine for flus. And then you could come out of that room and go, wow, I just discovered how to make iron into steel. Wow. So Tzeentch doesn't care what progress you make, whereas Hashut does. He only cares about the magic and the industry. If it's not one of those two things, if it's like agriculture or mining, he doesn't give a fuck. He's going to tell you to fuck off. He cares about just these two things. Can you forge something, and can you make a spell that's very awesome? And that's also another reason why Hashut is not Khorne. Khorne hates magic. He hates psychers. Absolutely hates them. Even if they prove themselves very hateful and very willing to Khorne's wrath, Khorne definitely is not going to like them, and they're going to be very low on his tier of people that he likes. Whereas Hashut, he openly wants you to use sorcery. In fact, you're considered his favorite if you do have sorcery. So, yeah. Also, Khorne doesn't care who follows him as long as they follow. Hashut only wants Chaos Dwarves. Only. Then there goes Slaanesh. So Hashut has a lot of slaves, and you'd assume that that's because the Chaos Dwarves are a bunch of sadists who get off on beating people. And that's somewhat correct. But really, Hashut doesn't care. He doesn't care that you're beating people as long as there's a means to an end. As long as you're beating them to get something done. As long as you're destroying them, breaking their backs, in exchange that you're getting somewhere. If you're doing this straight out of pleasure, Hashut doesn't give a fuck. He will gladly get rid of you. And it's even stated that Hashut doesn't care about progress as long as it is made. So in other words, you can build the greatest golem that's ever been seen. You can make a giant titan, except the only problem is that once you imbue the demon spirit inside the titan, it will literally kill you. Hashut doesn't care. He thinks it's definitely worth it. Slaanesh and Tzeentch, they'd have big problems with that. They would go, wait a second, I'm going to lose my follower who did this. So besides that, this has been Hashut. I hope you guys enjoyed. It's a bit of a smaller video, but it's mostly because I just wanted to get over, who Hashut really is. Is he a chaos god? Yes. But is he one of the four? No. Is he good or bad? He's actually evil. Whereas Khorne, Nurgle, Tzeentch, and Slaanesh, they can arguably be neutral or good guys. Nurgle, I'd say, is more evil than anything. But Hashut actually goes out of his way to do evil things. The other chaos gods, they really don't care. Like Hashut, he doesn't care that you broke 1 million slaves' backs as long as you made progress. But he does want you to break their backs. Not out of pleasure, he just wants you to do it. Because he's a bad guy. So besides that, this has been Hashut. I hope you guys enjoyed, and see you guys next time.